I've been getting these rings in my orbs. I took these pictures yesterday outside, and one after another I got rings. Sometimes there would be 2 rings in the orb. Like this one, see, there's a larger one and a smaller one. The smaller one seems to be back of the larger one, so there's dimension in this, because things can be in front of other things. So there's depth. Anyway, I kept on getting it. I thought it was interesting because a few months ago, maybe it was a couple of years ago even, I got rings a lot. But yesterday I was getting them. And in that one I just went so close in, I didn't get the outside of the orb. I like to do that every now and then. And now this looks a little bit like a ring is behind this, but some of this looks like the curved line balls. I thought that was really strange. I've never gotten them in the outdoor pictures before, the curved line balls. And I kept taking, there's the ring again, and there it is again. So then I came inside. Now this wasn't taken outdoors, but there's the rings. They were in the light, in the empty space, in my room, around the LED light that I use for a light source when I'm inside. And there they are again. There's one really big. There's one. I had a strange thing happen to me the other day. I'll tell you about it. There's my little friend, I call him Harry, a light creature. He looks like a little spider to me. And I kept seeing rings in his vicinity where he was. These that are kind of whitish and that are down here, they're under Harry. I'll show you a picture. See, now that's under Harry too. That's got those 2 little white rings on the end of some tube-looking things. And there's a little closer up. But then there's a part of Harry there, just his little appendage and part of his black body. And there's one of the rings up high there above him. And you see there's these rings and little, I don't know what you call it, little tube things around him. They're above him and around him and under him. There's another view of the rings. Sometimes I see them and they're not around Harry, but these 2 that are like this, they seem to be under him and over to the side of him. Don't know what these rings represent, but it's very interesting. I think it was a couple of years ago that I was getting rings that would come in with the photon as soon as it came out of the light. It had a ring in it. There's a little bit of Harry in that one. And see, there's Harry in this one, partly. You can see him at the top there. And there's a ring under him. There he is again. And again. There's the ring again. Again. Then I got this. I don't know what this is. Strange looking. It looks like the ring on its side, maybe. From a side view of it, not looking at it squarely in its roundness, but on the side view of it. Like the side view of a donut or something. Yeah, and there and see them. And then I just put together some beautiful colored orbs. Now, I will tell you what happened to me the other day. For a week, I've had real watery, glassy eyes like I just can't wake up. And I feel like I can't wake up. I feel groggy all day long, and it's like I'd been crying all night or something because my eyes were just that sore. But I hadn't been. I just hadn't been sleeping well. But it was like, oh wow, I was getting really tired of the sleepy eyes all during the day. Everywhere I'd go, I would just have to go feeling sleepy, and I was getting tiresome. So the other night I just said, I can't take this anymore. I said, something's got to give. I can't take this being sleepy every day. Well, the next morning, when I opened my eyes, I couldn't see out of my left eye. I could see out of my right eye. And actually, I was seeing with my left eye, but real blurry. And another thing, when I put my hand over my right eye to see exactly what my left eye was seeing, everything that was white or whitish in my room had violet streaks of light going through them. And if it was a light that was on, it was fluorescent violet. It was like ultraviolet. Dark things like something that was black didn't have any light streaks of violet on it. So eventually, after about like 20 minutes, the vision came back into that eye. Okay. I didn't tell anybody about it. I didn't want to worry anybody. So my daughter took me to get a pedicure. And while I was getting a pedicure, that eye went out again. Couldn't see with my left eye. And again, I didn't say anything to her, but I was just sitting there relaxed and everything and not really worried about it. And I covered my right eye to see that it was the same way. The violet streaks were in everything that was light colored. And in lights, which there were a lot of lights in that place, all of them were very fluorescent violet color, kind of a pinkish violet color. But gradually, the vision came back into that eye. But after it did, for about another 20 minutes, sparkles everywhere. Everywhere I focused my eyes, colorful sparkles were there. And that was interesting. Didn't last long. Maybe it probably lasted about 20 minutes too. And I never said nothing about it to anyone, except saying it now to you. I wonder what's happening. Am I beginning to be able to see into the ultraviolet spectrum of light? I don't know. That's what it seemed like. And it did not hurt, and my eyes weren't watery and glassy anymore. And today they've been pretty good too. But that was yesterday. And I thought, well, maybe it'll happen again today, But it hasn't so far. And the day's half over. So I don't know whether it'll return or what it was I experienced. But it sure was strange. Oh, I'm going to show you something here. I've been busy the last few days, even though my eyes have been glossy, taking care of 2 baby birds that fell out of the nest. I'm reaching over to get them now. And there they are. Oh, they're not showing up too good. Man, there they are. You can see them better now. They eat worms and mealybugs, and they eat really good now, and they take little flights. But their mother, I think either their mother or their father died. They built a nest in our garage, and 2 of their babies matured and flew off, but these 2 were late. Maybe they laid the eggs late, and they weren't as strong as the other babies, and they were on the ground outside of the garage. And one of the bird parents was dead. So I thought, well, I'm just going to take them and raise them myself, because I'm afraid the cat's going to get them. He gets every kind of little bird that falls to the ground, or even baby rabbits. And he brings them into that garage. That's where he eats them. And there these baby birds were, and I thought, oh gosh, I've got to save their little lives. They love being held. I'm calling them Bert and Ernie. If I had a free hand, I'd show you them eating a worm. They open that little mouth and they just eat for me real good. I've been keeping them in this little cage with the lid open. Here, get off me now. Get off. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay. Now, one of them went down in there, and the other one went, I don't know where. Oh, I see it. He flew to the back somehow. He did that. Well, maybe I should. No, I don't have a worm cut up right now. But, and they're good. I even just hold my hand above them. They think that they're about to get a bite. See that one? Open your mouth. Ah! I fooled you. I didn't have anything. But they're getting today where they're flying around. I don't think they're able to feed themselves outdoors yet. I may keep them a couple of more days till I'm kind of sure that maybe they're going to make it on their own. And maybe one of the parents is out there somewhere. They're little wrens. Anyway, enough with the birds. But that's what you hear in the background. Okay, so now I'll show you a few more orb pictures, how beautiful they are. See, there's a circle in that one. And these weren't recently taken. I've shown these to people before. To YouTube people. Y'all are about the only ones that are interested in looking at my orb pictures. Nobody around me is. They think, oh, it's just some weird thing she does, taking pictures of light and getting all this stuff in it. I really think, though, because of the communication that I've received about this light, that I'm looking at energy. And the communication said that I'm seeing energy in the process of being bonded into matter. This is part of the evolution of the energy. So I've got so many, many, many pictures of orbs of every description. I could just go for 15, 20 minutes scrolling down showing you the orb pictures. Sometimes I take a picture of them when they first come out of the light and then they move about like this. They're like an intelligence. I think they are intelligent. But can't prove it, and I don't know what to do with this information. Oh, a bird just flew on my head and one on the back of my chair. I guess I better end this video and take care of these birds that are flying all over my room. Dang it. Everybody says when they fly, you got to get rid of them. And I said, well, I got to be sure that they're going to be able to feed themselves. Anyway, this is the Dove Lady. I'm going to let you go now. Over and out. Bye-bye.